In the meth lab. We in the meth lab once again. Episode 11. Episode 11. RICO Law versus hip hop. RICO Law versus hip hop. You know, we're gonna talk about the racketeering and the federal cases. You know what I mean? Put on our people and others. You know, I'm gonna take it where y'all don't want it, where y'all don't want to see it. I'm gonna take it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it wherever I want to take it, though, truthfully. And let's see what we got. We got a few things, few little enlightenment, a lot of enlightenment. This is for everybody, though. This is for the woke people. This is gonna be for the 85ers. I don't care who you are. If you overseas in Russia somewhere, you know, this is for everybody right here. This is the RICO Law versus hip hop. Let's get into it. Okay, this was a movie. This was a movie right here. A movie called Little Caesar. This movie is from the 1930s. It's a movie by Edward G. Robinson. Now, if you look at this picture right here, right, and you see this picture is a guy. His name is Rico. He's a gangster in the movie, right? His name is Rico, right? Now, you know how America, this country, this country corporation, whatever you want to call it, they love gangsters. They love a gangster. This country loves a gangster, a serial killer. This country was built off of them type of people. That's probably why this country likes them type of people. You understand what I'm saying? So this right here, this is his name is Rico in the movie, right? And this fella right here is the reason why they named the Rico statue, the RICO Law, Rico. They named it after this dude right here. You don't gotta believe me. Don't believe nothing I'm saying. Do your own research. Look this up, and you'll see that I'm correct. You know. So this was from the 1930s. It's derived all the way from back then. You know what I mean? And you see these fellas right here, the first RICO case ever implemented, was implemented on these guys. These guys was the first guys. These are the California Hells Angels. These was the first guys charged with RICO back in, if I'm not mistaken, 1979. This is in California. But they brought these guys against the jury and against the courts, and the courts was kind of like laughing at these dudes. They're like, yo, these dudes don't look like organized crime members. They like these guys don't look like organized crime members. They look like just some regular dudes that like to hang out and drink, you know what I'm saying, get smacked and all that, you know? So these are the first guys a RICO case was ever put on right here. Then you got the Queen Assata Shakur, right? This is the Queen Assata Shakur the Great, right? Now, she was wanted for so-called the New Jersey police officer, right? Back in 1979, she was wanted for so-called, right? So they locked her up. They snatched her to that. The Black Panthers, they got up in the jail. Don't ask me how they did it, but they got up in the jail. They went up in the jail and they broke her out of the jail. I don't have the details, nor do I want the details on it or how they did it, but they did it. They got her up out the jail, right? So she ends up in Cuba. The authorities know that she's in Cuba. So the authorities, right, they took it as far as to, the New Jersey authorities took it as far as to getting a hold of the Pope. So they got a hold of the Pope, right? And they asked Pope, could she somehow be released back on American soil, on United States soil, you know? but the Pope ignored them. You know what I'm saying, Fidel Castro took her in. Fidel Castro took in Assata Shakur under the terms of political asylum. Now, what political asylum is called seeking asylum. It's when you flee to another country with the fear that you're going to get wrongfully judged or wrongfully sentenced in the country where you're from. So she went over to Cuba. Castro accepted her. You know what I'm saying? From where, I could be wrong, but she's still over there to this day. From what I hear, I don't know. I could be wrong. She could be somewhere else. She could be in Mars. Matter of fact, yeah, she's in Mars. She ain't in Cuba. She's in Mars right now. You understand what I'm saying? She's in Mars. She's in Venus. She's in Pluto. She's on one of the planets right now. But this is Assata Shakur, who the feds was like heavily after. You know what I mean? So there you go with that, right? Let's see who else we got. Oh, what we got here? We got the great 48th. If you're from the Bronx, even if you're not from the Bronx, if you're from NYC, you probably know this spot right here. This is the 48th precinct, the famous 48th precinct off the Cross Bronx Expressway, down there by 3rd Ave. It's like maybe like a 5-minute little stroll from Tremont, right? This is the 48th precinct. These dudes is wild crooked. This 48th precinct, they wild crooked, especially Detective Martinez. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story about this precinct right here. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I've been in 3 police raids. I've been raided. My crib been raided 3 times, right? 3 times. They say me and my brother, we sold to a confidential informant. They say we sold to a confidential informant, two confidential informants, right? And I've been in here, right, a couple times, quite a few times, right? And when they put me in an interrogation room, right? The detective, his name is Detective Martinez. This nigga's a scumbag. This nigga's a piece of shit. The first thing he asked me in the interrogation room was, do I know what the RICO statute is? Do I know what the Rockefeller law? Do I know what RICO is? I said, yeah, I know what it is, but you ain't even gotta get into all that. I'm guilty. I did whatever y'all saying. What y'all saying I did. Don't even bother. Don't even waste your time trying to get into all of that and this and that and all that interrogation room talk. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm guilty. I did it. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever y'all gonna do. Give me whatever y'all gonna give me. Put me through the booking system, whatever y'all want to take me, boom, and then that's it. I'm guilty, So I told them that, and they ended up they put 41 pages. They put 41 pages on me and my brother. We got 41 pages of paperwork on us and all that. If you look at this right here, you can see I had to sign off right here. I put twin right there. That's you know by now. And I had to put that on the paperwork and all that. We pled guilty. That was it. That was it for that. I ain't got time to play like the trial games. I was a public nuisance. I was a bad person for the community. I was the wrong person in the community. I was not good in the community. I wasn't a good guy in the community. And I would never go back to doing all of this, but back then I even knew, like, yo, listen, man, y'all got me. You know what I'm saying? I made my money. It was fun. I made my money, this and that. I was able to live, pay bills and everything off of this, and now it's over. Which, I grew up with righteous parents. So I knew that, I knew right from wrong from the jump anyway. So I knew, what I'm saying? I knew they was gonna come at some point, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that I got that knowledge, that I'm not like a stupid nigga, like a stupid savage in pursuit of happiness, not knowing what's what. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I knew, you know what I'm saying? I always knew right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the rappers, right? You got the rappers. This is Hood Rich Pablo from ATL. ATL. You know, they hit him with the RICO and all that. They came and got him. You know what I'm saying? This nigga got he got Pablo Escobar tatted on his chest and all that. He got Pablo Escobar tatted on his heart at that, on his heart. This nigga never even met Pablo Escobar. He never met him. He don't know not one of Pablo Escobar's family members. He don't even know nobody that know Pablo Escobar, but yet he got that tatted on him for life. This nigga's bugged out. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's lost. See, you know, this is what I'm talking about, like savage, being a savage in pursuit of happiness. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I would have met this dude. Like, I wish I would have met him before all of that shit happened. I would have told him, like, what's going to happen, how the whole thing plays out. Like, we know for years and years, years and years ahead of us, we know how this whole thing plays out. You know what I mean? I wish I had a chance to talk to this dude and tell him exactly what's going to happen, you know? Then you got Beyonce along with the chief operating officer of Roc Nation, right? But you could change the name for her. You could call her the chief cooperating officer of Roc Nation. That's Desiree Perez right there. She brung down Colombians. She brung down her own people and everything. She's a known informant. You know, her paperwork is all in the county clerk's office. Her paperwork. She's a known informant. And now she runs Roc Nation. You know, getting the legal money, running Roc Nation. I don't know. I don't know what's up with like Jay-Z. I don't know what's his story these days and what type of time like he's on these days. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She's a known informant. She's a known what you call snitch. You know, that's Desiree Perez right there. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna get no more into that. Like y'all can look it up, you know, look all of that up if y'all want, paperwork and all that, if you want to get into that, you know. Then you got the Dapper Don. John Gotti. This is John Gotti right here. He actually beat a RICO case. He beat the feds. 1%. He beat the feds. But around the time when he beat them, they was already pulling up like another case on him. Around the time where he beat them, they was pulling up another case on him when he beat him, and they eventually got him. They eventually got him in the long run. But this is the Dapper Don and all of that, and this is it's a lot more I could be like saying on, you know, on the strength of like John Gotti, but you know, this right here, this is not about him. This is about like hip hop and other shit and other people, you know, but this is the Dapper Don and shit. You know, he actually beat a RICO case. So he goes down in history for one of the people who actually beat a RICO case. Right. Then you got Takashi 6ix9ine, and the brother Treyway, who's locked up right now. Now, there's a lot of Takashi 6ix9ines in this world. there's a lot of like young dudes that they actually want to be they want to be gangsters. They want to be a part of like organizations that they don't really know nothing about. They want to join stuff that they're not even built for. They want to join organizations that they're not even built for. It's the can't beat them, join them syndrome, you know. You see like groups and all that groups that's powerful and heavy, and it's a lot of them. So you want to join them because you can't beat them, join them. You know what I mean? But he's intelligent enough, I'm hoping, to know that like he got himself into this. Like he already knew what type of people that these people were that he was dealing with. These is dudes that was already like, they was already who they was long before he came into the picture. You know what I mean? He wanted to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? he could have been a rapper. He could have did the rapping thing and all of that, like without them, you know what I mean? But he wanted to be a gangster and all that, and he wasn't raised like that. He's not from that fiber. He's not from that cut, that cloth. He ain't from that cloth, but he wanted to be a gangster, and he got what he got. You know what I'm saying? You heard his story. You heard all of the atrocities that he been through behind trying to be like these dudes, who he was nothing like. You know what I mean? And he went through what he went through. You know what I'm saying? He got spanked. You know what I'm saying? He basically got spanked. And I hope like he learned his lesson, Then you got Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Back in 2017, right? They slapped him. They slapped the RICO on him for allegedly, right? Allegedly dealing with the Russian mob. For allegedly dealing with the Russian mob out there in Russia. There was no cold hard facts on this, but this is around the time where he first became the president. It was a lot of powers that be that really didn't want him in a position that he was in. You know what I mean? So they slapped him with the RICO, but that shit was over with quick though. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, he got hitters, he got lawyers and all that don't even take cases from regular people that's walking around here. They only take high profile shit from people like him. So that shit was over with quick. You know what I mean? But he got a little taste of the RICO also for allegedly dealing with the Russian mob. Right? Then you got real organized crime. You know what I mean? This is the real. This is organized crime right here. This is the real organized crime, what you see right here. You know what I mean? This is the Vatican right here. This is the Vatican archbishops, right? Priests and archbishops. If the video get hacked off and all that behind this and all that, whatever, I don't give a fuck. It's whatever. But these dudes, they have a real criminal organization. First of all, every tax on this western part of the world goes to the papacy of Rome. That's number one. Number two, the pedophilia that goes on in the Vatican is strong, and it's a tradition. What I call it is energy theft. They mess with these little kids, right? To take the energy from these little kids. That's why they mess with these little kids. You know what I mean? And this is the real meaning of organized crime. This world that we living in right now is modern day Rome. This is modern day Rome that we living in right now. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Yeah, this is the real modern day Rome right here. America. These dudes is the people in power. And they've been in power for quite some time, for the last 2,000 years. Do your research. They've been in power. People think that the Vatican is a religious institution. It's really not a religious institution. It's really a business institution, and one of the biggest business institutions on this planet. What we got? Okay, then we got DJ Drama. We got DJ Drama. I ain't know selling mixtapes was organized crime. Selling mixtapes and all that. I ain't know that was organized crime. But the RIAA, they raided him. They raided their studios and got over 15,000 mixtapes and all that. And they hit him with the RICO. They hit DJ Drama with the RICO and all that for selling mixtapes. You know what I mean? They hit him for selling mixtapes and all of that. But he ended up getting out of it, I think, with a lot of fines and all of that, and community service and a lot of fines. But he ended up getting out of it. Shout out to him for getting out of it. But he was just selling mixtapes. I don't consider that crime. I don't consider what the Genoveses and Lucchese's and Gotti's and all that was doing compared to what DJ Drama was doing. That's a whole nother lane. He should have, they should have, if they was going to get him, that should have been on some other shit, not on the same thing as mafia dudes get. You understand what I'm saying? Then you got the recently Casanova 2X. Casanova 2X, you know, they yeah, they had a small little manhunt for him for like a day. You know what I mean? He ended up turning himself in. Um Damn, man. All right. This is for young people watching or anybody who wants to get knowledge watching. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Anything you try to conduct, any operation you try to conduct, all you need is 6 people, right? 6 people, 6 people or more, and that's considered organized crime. All it takes is for you to have 6 people on your team and try to conduct something under a name, and that's considered organized crime. That's all it takes. It's 6 people. You know what I mean? So yeah, Casanova turned itself in on an organized crime. Now there was all types of stuff all over social media about Casanova and this and that, but we don't know for sure that he had anything to do with anything that they're saying. He might have been involved with the people and all that, but we don't know if he like personally did the stuff that they talking about in the media. You understand what I'm saying? We got to wait and see. We don't know for sure. But, you know, we know for sure that he was a part of it, yeah, but we don't know for sure that, you know what I'm saying, he did anything, you know what I mean? So, you know, we're going to have to wait for that while he fights that, you know what I mean? Then you got the cuz, and all that. The cuz, Roddy Rebel, Bobby Shmurda and them. Oh man. Again, you know what I mean? You can't do shit like as a group. You can't do shit as a gang, as a group, as an organization. You can't do nothing. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing considered foul or considered like some criminal shit as a gang. You can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like the feds is coming. They gonna come. They gonna get you. You understand what I'm saying? These dudes is young. You know what I mean? So they still on a drunk shit. They still like on a, you know what I mean? These dudes, see, none of these 3 dudes you see in this video, in this picture right here, they brains ain't even fully developed yet. They brains wasn't even fully developed yet. You know what I mean? So they don't know what they're doing. They ain't know what they was doing. They ain't know what they was into. They just young dudes that's products of their environment. You know what I mean? Young dudes making mistakes and all that as products of the environment. You know what I mean? And I believe that Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel, they understand that now. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, this is my man right here. This is my man Deadeye right here. You know, I hear his name on social media, on the internet, on YouTube and everything too. This is my man Deadeye. I know him personally. This is my man right here. We was up in Schenectady. Together. You know what I mean? He was a New York nigga, a new NYC nigga from Far Rock. I was an NYC nigga from the Bronx, from the South Bronx, up top in Schenectady. We was up in the clubs and all that. I was up in the club with him. Some niggas tried to act up one night. This nigga was about to lay one of these niggas down. You know what I mean? This nigga put the pressure on and ended the whole shit like quick. You understand what I'm saying? This is my man Deadeye and shit. You know, you might have heard his name on the social media, on a YouTube and all that. That's my man. I know him personally and shit. He's a good dude. He's a just a nigga from the street. You know what I mean? Who hasn't fully figured it all out yet, which that's most of us. You know what I mean? That's my man Deadeye and shit. Free Deadeye, straight up. And yeah. Word. So you know, that's a little something right there for y'all. But the kids and teenagers and young people who might come across this video, live righteous. That's all I could say. Live righteous. I know like doing stuff like getting jobs and all that don't bring you the money that that you see with these fronting ass niggas on Instagram. You see niggas on Instagram fronting with the big piles of money and all that. Don't worry about all that. Yo, all that's temporary. I had that. I was that nigga with the big stacks of money and all that. I was that nigga. I was that same nigga and all that with the big stacks and all that. Yo, all that shit is temporary. Like, it's going to end soon. You might have it for a minute, but it will soon end. I'm telling you, I'm living proof of the whole thing. It will end soon. So, just get yourself like a little job. You might save your little money here and there because, at the end of the day, the little shit that you want, it don't really make a difference anyway after you get it. You might see something like in the store. You might be like, yo, I really want that. And you buy it. I promise you, listen to me. After about maybe 3 days to a week of having it, you ain't even gonna look at it like that no more. Like, oh, that's what I mean? That's some ill shit. You ain't even gonna look at it like that. I'm telling you, yo, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Live righteous and all that. Live righteous and keep God in your heart. Don't let like the social media and like the fronting ass niggas on Instagram, don't let all of that manipulate you, because a lot of them you see, they not even living like that. You understand what I'm saying? You see on Instagram, they not living like that. They just got a good picture. They got a good picture at the perfect time. You understand what I'm saying? Like at the perfect place. Like, you don't, you know what I mean? This shit is fake, yo. Like a lot of this shit is fake. Like if they took all of this away, if they took like Instagram and they took all of these social media shits away, like who are you? You know what I mean? Are you still going to be getting the same attention in the street as you do on the social networks and all that? Come on, man. A lot of this shit is fake. Like live righteous, yo. That's a fact and shit. This is Big Twin. I'm out of here. You already know. Episode 11.